Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio with your hosts, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Peña, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Hi, welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 994. This is your host, Danny, and joining me this week, we have the man, the myth, the legend, and always starting, I don't know if it's drama or what, on Twitter, Paris. What's going on, Paris?
Hey, good morning, and I do not start drama on Twitter. I just ask questions, and every now and again, when I see somebody do something really dumb, I might make a video and say something about it, and it goes viral on Twitter. That's it. That's all.
Yeah? Okay. We have lots to talk about, Paris. This week has been very interesting. A lot of games getting delayed, and we have a couple other things to talk about. And also, fan mail, the return of fan mail. Yes, I'm excited for that. All right, so head over to gamertagradio.com. Post your comments and feedback. Listen to our past episodes. Also, you can find us on any podcast app. Just look for Gamertag Radio. You could also join Discord. And if you would like to be part of our fan mail segment, this is how you could contact us.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so we're back here. GTR episode 994, and we're going to be talking about all these games getting delayed. So the past, it was like last week, around the beginning of the week, there was news about two games that first got delayed. And, I was thinking, oh man, okay, maybe everybody want to stay away from Cyberpunk. But so the first game that I heard that got delayed was Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game was pushed from March 3rd all the way to April 10th. And then after that, Marvel's Avengers is also coming out sometime this year. Also got delayed all the way to September 2020. Now, the big one, the one that I know Paris has a story to tell about this. Cyberpunk 2077 also got pushed back by 5 months all the way to September 20th. Now, a lot of games getting delayed, Paris. September is now looking pretty crazy. March is okay still. And April for like the spring. But what are your thoughts about all these games getting announced, getting delayed, and so on? So let's go from there, man.
My thought is good. If the game's not ready to come out when the developer needs it to come out, delay it. I will never be one to hurry up and rush a game out just to have it out, because we have so many examples across this industry the past few years of games that have been rushed out to meet an artificial release date, and then none of us are happy, right? So, like, obviously, let's just I'll save the big one to last, but let's just take like the Avengers as an example. It got delayed to September. When that happened, okay. All right. Hey, they need more time. Take more time. I mean, when I got to see it at Gamescom, I saw what they're trying to do is pretty ambitious. So if they're not ready yet, take your time. That's just how I look at it, right? Obviously, Final Fantasy, that delay wasn't too bad. But hey, again, if you need more time, you need more time. I mean, you can even go back to 2019 when they delayed The Last of Us 2 until May. Naughty Dog needed more time. I don't remember seeing anyone get upset over that. Everyone was like, well, good. I want it to be a masterpiece when it comes out. And then obviously the big elephant in the room, the one that, my phone exploded the other day. All of a sudden, bzz, bzz, bzz. I was like, what the hell is going on? And it was that Cyberpunk did get delayed until September 17th. First reaction was, oh, that's a bummer, because, I'd been just planning so many things around being ready for that April date for when that game dropped, and potentially, we getting preview coverage, things like that. So when that happened, it was an initial bummer, but the same thing. If you got to delay it, you got to delay it. And CD Projekt Red had to delay the game, to make sure that everything was right, as bug free as possible. Again, when we talk about an ambitious title, I mean, this is clearly one of the most ambitious titles ever made. You know, what they're trying to do with this open world RPG and just with the different branches of choice that you'll have while you're playing it. So of course, if it's not ready and everything's not going to be perfect, delay it. Honestly, if they needed to, if they would have said, we're delaying this until April of 2021, I wouldn't have been shocked. Honestly, just being completely honest, wouldn't have been shocked, because I'm like, they're trying to pull off a lot with this game. So I'm fine. I can wait the extra 5 months. They did their teleconference, and I'm sure we'll probably get into the crunch stuff as well. But, they laid out that, hey, they're going to have a presence at E3 and Gamescom again. So my first thought, selfish, was like, all right, let's make it a trilogy. Let's do it one more time before the game comes out.
Just one more video. Now, before we talk about that, Paris, let's talk about the funny moment when you tweeted 91 days. Was that planned? Did you knew something was up, or you just like, hey, you know what? It's 91 days. I can't wait. The game's coming out.
And I actually talked about this, and I did a YouTube video earlier this week, and I talked about that. So I got up that morning, and I just had a strange feeling. Like you get up and you have a weird feeling, and I was like, there's 91 days left, because I saw, I follow Cyberpunk 2077 Countdown on Twitter, and they tweet out every day the countdown. So it said 91 days. So I was like, just in my head, I'm like, all right, 91 days. If they were going to delay this thing, they got to do it today or tomorrow, because once they get under 90 days, I mean, that means they're pretty much locked in, because really the game would go gold probably in 2 months, like in a 60-day period. They're going to have to do preview events, all this stuff. So I'm like, if it's getting delayed, it's happening today or tomorrow. Screw it. I'm just going to tweet out 91 days. I'm trying to reverse jinx it, right? Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. 3 hours later, they delayed the game. So I was like, But even that, people were having fun. It was so funny because I had a lot of community managers and PR people, because everyone knows how much I want this game.
Yeah.
But they were tweeting me and DMing me, and they're like, you jinxed it, you screwed it up. That tweet didn't age well. So I'd even said, I was like, you know what, the tweet didn't age well, but basically everything I just said before. Honestly, delay the game if you need to delay it. I'm okay. I'll be fine. I'm still going to talk about it. I'm still going to be excited about it. I'm still going to count down the days and all that stuff. So I think we're at 243 days now or something like that as of this recording. So we'll be fine.
Yeah. And I think, we were having this conversation privately, but I think that, like you said, CD Projekt Red is going to E3. This, I think, is a great opportunity for Microsoft to promote the game again during the press conference. It doesn't have to be Xbox Series X related, but I mean, if they want, that would be great. But just to take advantage, because look, everybody is excited for this game, so why not have like a new gameplay video of the game, and just show it there for a little bit during the press conference, and and hype it up even more, man, because everybody's excited for this, man. So this is a great opportunity for Xbox, which they are the ones so far. Looks like they're gonna have the marketing deal for this game, So I think it's good. What are your thoughts about that, Paris? You think that's a big thing for them, or what?
Honestly, I don't like to get too much into who it's better for, whatever. I just worry more about we get the game. I really, again, and that's all this controversy on Twitter over the past week with this Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC. It's like, I play it where you play it. Be excited to where you play it. If it's Xbox, PC, Vectrex, it doesn't matter. Just play it where you want to play it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, I fully expected E3, for them to have at a minimum a new trailer at E3, during the media briefing, and maybe someone will come out and they'll drop some more features or something like that. But whatever big announcement they have, it'll most likely go through Xbox. Like you said, it seems like they have the marketing deal with them. So we'll see.
And I'm happy that the multiplayer portion of the game is getting delayed to next year, which is great. Let's focus on.
It's not next year. What they said was, and really they never stamped a date on it. They basically just said that the multiplayer will be a standalone AAA experience, and do not expect it in 2021. So at the earliest, we'll get it is 2022, which I am, again, completely fine with, because I would rather them, similar to The Witcher 3, let's get the single player game, put out your expansions in 2021, and then 2022, after we've all explored Night City and seen everything that we want to see, now let's do some type of multiplayer experience. And speaking on that, I had people tweeting at me during the week asking, do they think it's a PvP thing? Do they think it's a co-op thing? You know, what is it? And again, this is pure speculation. I know nothing, but my opinion is probably both. I do think there'll be some co-op elements to it, and I do think there'll be some PvP elements as well, because I could absolutely see us, you know, creating like our own gang or something like that and going on a mission together, or, you know, a heist or whatever. Very obviously very similar to Grand Theft Auto type stuff. But then I could see some straight up head-to-head matchups as well, you know, within Night City. So again, we're probably a couple years away before we'll ever see anything from it, but I'm excited for it when it does come.
Yeah, that's good. Really, really good, man. So everybody, if you're listening to this, send us your thoughts about this. All these games getting delayed. You know, hit us up, fanmail at gamertagradio.com, or send us a voice message, speakpipe.com/gamertagradio, or give us a call, 786-273-7GTR.
You're listening to Gamertag Radio.
All right, Gamertag Radio listeners, we have a brand new sponsor here at Gamertag Radio. I'm super excited for this one, man. I am not exaggerating. I'm super excited because I've been using this streaming service now for 2 weeks. AMC Network's Shudder. This is a premium streaming video service for those that are into the selection of genre covering horror, thrillers, and the supernatural. Shudder's expanding library of film, TV series, and originals is available on most streaming devices in the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, and Germany. Now, there's a brand new exclusive series. Make sure to go to YouTube to search for this, because the trailer is amazing. It's called The Deadlands. This series is premiering on January 23rd on Shudder, and it features a slain Maori warrior who was sent back to the world of the living to redeem his sins. Again, go and check out the trailer, because this got me super excited for this TV series. And also, there's going to be brand new episodes every Thursday on Shudder. So, besides the original that I just mentioned right now, original series, I've been using Shudder now for 2 weeks, and I can't stop using it because I'm a huge horror fan. I play a lot of the games like that, you know. So I also watch movies. But this is like amazing because look, when you open up Shudder, there's like a 24/7 streaming version of it. They'll play videos all the time. There's three different channels. Also, you can watch originals, like exclusive movies, exclusive TV series, and so on. So the one that I watched the whole season, which is a really great series, highly recommend if you watch this. It's called Creep Show. This one is an original too. Tigers Are Not Afraid, One Cut of the Dead, a must see. And there's a lot of one. And there's another one called Mandy. This one is starring Nicolas Cage. So we have this pretty cool deal that I'm excited for you, the listeners, to take advantage of this, because usually we don't get this type of deal at all. So this is for you, for our listeners of Gamertag Radio, to try Shudder for free for 30 days. Yes, 30 days. Go to shudder.com and use promo code GTR. Go to shudder.com. That's SHUDDER.com and use promo code GTR. Guys, 30 days of streaming all these exclusive movies. The collection of the library they have is insane. So take advantage right now for 30 days. Go to shudder.com. Use promo code GTR.
This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
All right, Paris. So let's talk about one more thing before we go with our fan mail segment. So DICE, the summer summit is coming up. I think what is it, like March? Is it March? DICE Summit 2020. Yes, I think it is in March. So the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, they posted a tweet about, panels, the panelists, people are going to be involved with roundtable at the event. And it started a crazy controversy online when we got to see it, and in the previous years, it's been kind of like the same exact thing. We got to see a lot of our friends that are part of the gaming industry too, that are also going to be part of this event. And I noticed that there was like no Latinos, no blacks, no people of color in this panel. And I was very disappointed because I'm happy for, our friends that are part of this event that happens every year. But I feel like it is time for those that are not getting that shine to get some shine, man. I think a lot of people were going back and forth about this, like, man, what's up? Like, when are we going to see change in the industry, man? You know what I'm saying? And I know all the people that are part of the panelists, they support that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want that change, but I know we were talking about this a lot behind the scenes, and I just wanted to get a quick, thoughts about this, because you were also commenting on Twitter about it too, right?
Yeah, I made a comment directly to the Academy's official Twitter account, and basically all I said was, excuse me, getting over a cold. Basically all I said was that I am happy. I was like, can I be happy and sad at the same time? I am happy for all the faces that I saw on that picture, right? Because we know some of them, obviously. And this is nothing against, you should not have this opportunity to be leaders for these panels that they're doing. Abso-freaking-lutely. That is not the question at all. But what I said I'm sad about is, could we have a little bit of diversity in there as well? And I said, because you can't tell me that there's not one person of color that should not also be leading some panels. That was it. It wasn't a thing of, it wasn't an attack or whatever. And actually the Academy responded to me, and we had a private conversation in DM. And I'll just simply say this, that I understand where they're coming from. They're going to have an official announcement about all this stuff or whatever. The optics of it looks bad. I understand this was not intentional, and I do not think it was intentional. It's just that there will be some people of color that will be leading panels in this. They should just not finalize what their talking sessions are going to be about yet, right? 100% understand that. And I respect that they responded to me and told me this as well. And again, it was never my intent when I replied on Twitter to be malicious about this. It was just simply pointing out the optics. It's a bad look. It is 2020 at this point. We know this industry is extremely diverse, right? There's so many people from around the globe from different cultures, and they all deserve to be represented. This is not a black or white thing. This is just more, honestly, it's more of a cultural thing. Let's get more faces in there that deserve to be there. Let's put the spotlight on these diverse faces because, again, they deserve to be there as well. And it is nothing against the people that they had pictured on that panel, the poster, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just more of, we know that there's more diversity there that you were not showing. So again, they admitted their mistake. It was a mistake. I don't think anyone should be getting outraged about this. We shouldn't be storming the castle with our pitchforks and torches. None of that. It was a mistake. They acknowledged the mistake and they're going to fix it. And that's just how we got to look at it. But at the same time, I do not think we should be quiet about these things either when we see it. When we see things like that, we do need to point it out, but you can point it out in a respectful way. That's the one thing that I saw on Twitter this weekend that I didn't like. Don't be disrespectful. Be respectful of the process. Now, if you voice your concerns and they're being ignored or they're being dismissed, that's one thing. But they didn't ignore me. They didn't dismiss me. They acknowledged it. I had a conversation with a few other people privately about this as well. It is known, and they're going to fix it. That's how you got to look at it. And I think the panel, like I said, these leadership panels will be diverse. We're going to hear different perspectives on it, be it man, woman, black, Chinese, Native American, whatever. They're all going to be represented in here. So it's going to be fine, in my opinion. So yeah, it sucks to see it. It sucks that we even have to say anything about it. But in my opinion, it's better to hear the resolution versus that it's just going to continue to be a problem. And hopefully next year and moving forward, we won't see these type of things, displayed where, from the get, they're going to show a diverse panel, and we don't have to raise our hand and go, wait a minute, why aren't you doing that? And one thing that I said to a couple of people privately was, we had to say something because we don't want other events to think this is the norm. You know what I'm saying? So that, oh, hey, they did it. Well, we'll just do it too. No.
Yeah.
Everyone should be represented. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, and that, shout out to Esco at Ubisoft, Esco Blades. He's doing an event. What's it called? It's like a Black Pro Game Pro mixer, right? He invited a lot of the Black content creators to be part of this event. I know he had one like that, similar to last year at E3, which was a huge success. And Paris went to that, and he left from that event super proud and happy to see other content creators that he never met, and he got to meet them for the first time there. Just now this week, shout out to Latinos in Gaming. They got an exclusive lounge at PAX because PAX actually contacted them because they wanted to see more of the Latino content creators, developers, everybody that's part of the game industry, even fans of just games, to also go there. But this was also open to anyone. Doesn't matter if you're Latino or not. You just go there and learn about the culture, learn about other developers you probably never heard of. And they even had one night, they even had a session where you learn how to dance salsa. And when I watched the video, Paris, it was the most beautiful video, man. It was like whites, blacks, Latinos, Asian, all kinds of people, man. Everybody just dancing and having a great time, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see more of that in the future, man. You know what I'm saying? So that is one. And another thing that's important, man. Let's also give props to those developers that have been creating games from different locations outside of the United States, man. Like one of my favorite games that just came out over a year ago was Greece. A lot of people don't know these developers are from Spain. A lot of people don't know about that. And this game's been getting Game Awards and saying one of the best games of the year and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. There's a lot of developers from other countries that a lot of people don't know, and we play those games. There's even one developer that I had him on our podcast a couple years ago, that he's the first indie developer in Cuba creating a game over there. And think about it. There's not a lot of resources for him to work on these games. It's always been like a mission. But he did a Kickstarter campaign, and he got support from everybody around the world and was getting media features everywhere. Kotaku, all these major media outlets talking to him. And I would like to see more of that, man. Just let's give that shine to those that they usually are not up there. I would like to see a lot of changes, man. So I hope to see more of that in the future, man. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so Paris, we have fan mail. I've been saving a lot of voicemail since the beginning of the year. There's a lot more that I have that I'm gonna save it probably for a future episode. So we're gonna start with these, the ones that I have here that I sent you. So fan mail, let's do it.
Fan mail at gamertagradio.com.
Hey guys, it's your boy MM2K, and I'm back. Hey, that Xbox Series X episode that you guys just dropped, fantastic. Keep up the good work. That being said, I think there's a very important group that we're overlooking while we're having this discussion. So the Xbox console isn't the most popular console. It's the least popular console, really, this generation, and I can admit that as an Xbox gamer myself. So you have the Video Game Awards in 2019 in front of 45 million people, again, consisting of people that don't follow Xbox regularly. These people see the Xbox Series X reveal and their jaws are dropped. They're like, 2020, I want to pick up that thing. That thing looks powerful. They're awed by Hellblade 2. Then you fast forward a couple of weeks to now people are saying that the launch lineup could, quote unquote, be hamstrung due to parity with older hardware. Okay. And this just isn't coming from console fanboys. This is coming from people like John Linneman of Digital Foundry. So to those people that have those concerns, legitimately, what would you say to ease their contention towards this whole exclusive talk. All right. And do you think this has become big enough for Xbox to come back out after the Matt Booty interview and clarify again? And lastly, Paris, Cyberpunk 2077 content, get to it, man. It would be awesome. All right. Y'all have a wonderful gaming day.
So thank you for that voicemail. I appreciate it. I wanted to play this one first for a couple reasons. The first one is when he starts with, hey, it's your boy. I tweeted the other day. That is probably my favorite annoying phrase ever on YouTube. So I say it all the time now just for that. But no, that's all good. But he brings up a valid question. With the Series X, and the games and the fact that they're, Matt Booty, we talked about this already, but the non-exclusive of Series X in year one or year two, however you want to look at it. My thing is simply this, and I watched the Digital Foundry video on it as well, and it was interesting to see the differing opinions on that. And the main thing is potentially the CPU, the Jaguar CPU and the Xbox One could hold back what exclusive games could be on the Series X until they fully shift everything to the Series X. I get that. But kind of like what Richard was saying in that same video, let's just take Halo Infinite as an example, because that is kind of just the big red flag that we're looking at when it comes to the first year of exclusive games for Series X. And that it's been in development for how long at this point? They were probably making that game way before the Series X was even announced or knew what the specs were going to be. So that game was going to be that game regardless if it was exclusive to the Series X or if it was going to be on Xbox One. And when I say that, I'm talking about just level design and things of that nature, how big the world may be. That was already set in stone before the Series X specs. So CPU or not, we already knew it was going to be. So when you look at it from that perspective, does it matter? I bring it back to this point. When you boot that game up in November, be it on the Xbox One, be it on the Series X, be it on the PC, are you having fun? That's what all of this should come down to. The higher frames per second, the speedy load times, all that kind of stuff. That's great. That's what the new specs and the new hardware is going to bring. I get all that. But at the end of the day, are you having fun? That's all that matters, right? That's the way I look at it. I try to not get caught up in this exclusivity nonsense that's been going on. And before you jump in, Danny, I'm going to pivot it into the Horizon Zero Dawn nonsense that's happening, because that basically got leaked out. Jason Schreier put that out from Kotaku that rumor sounds like it is true. Horizon Zero Dawn is going to come to the PC in 2020. And the flipping outrage over that has been insanity. Who cares?
What people are saying, though.
There's a funny tweet, post, picture, whatever you want to call it, where a guy is given the middle finger and he threw his copy of Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation 4 in the trash. And he was like, Sony, you're dead to me. And maybe it was a joke. Maybe he just did it for attention. But there are so many other comments surrounding that people are acting like they're legitimately upset at Sony for bringing a 3-year-old game to the PC. It's like, are you flipping kidding me? Who cares? If you own a PlayStation, if you play on the PlayStation 4, let's just go on that for a second. If you play on the PlayStation 4 and you enjoy playing games there, why do you care if that same game goes to another platform? It doesn't hurt your experience. It doesn't change your friendships with the friends that you play with. None of that. You keep playing on the damn platform that you're on. Why are you worried about where I play? Why are you worried about where someone else plays? It doesn't matter. If the game's fun and you're enjoying it, you enjoy it. It's your money. Play what the hell you want. And let's be real. It's not like PlayStation all of a sudden, day and date, are going to start bringing all their exclusive games to the PC. Day one, they're not doing that. That's dumb. That wouldn't be smart business sense for them, because their whole business model is built around having exclusive titles tied to their hardware so that you go buy their hardware and that's where you play. But a couple years down the road, if they bring a God of War or an Uncharted Lost Legacy, as an example, to the PC, or Spider-Man to the PC, does that really hurt you? No, of course not. Xbox's business model is different, obviously, and they're able to get away with this for one reason and one reason only. Guess what? They own Windows 10. You're playing on a Microsoft product, no matter if you play on the PC or not. So of course they don't care day one if you're playing it on the PC or you're playing it on Xbox hardware. It doesn't matter to them. So to bring this all the way back to the original thing, do I think these games are going to be hurt because they're not exclusive to the Series X on day one? No. And they're only doing it for a limited time window where it's going to take developers that amount of time anyways to fully unlock the potential of the Series X regardless. Same as it will be on the PlayStation 5. So it doesn't matter. If the games are fun and I'm having a good time, that's all that matters. Where I play it shouldn't matter to anybody. Just enjoy the games. That's my thought on it.
Exactly. And I know he mentioned about, like, is it the right time for Microsoft to come back and to clarify their statement about that? I'm like, yeah, sure, that could happen anytime, man. But at the same time, I want people to relax and just wait and see what Microsoft and even Sony are planning to release for launch. We have no idea. Right now, we're just going crazy over stuff that we already know now, but they have a lot of stuff planned for November, and also at E3 they're gonna announce it, that we have zero idea. And why we freaking out so much right now in January 2020, the beginning of the year? It just I don't know. It just people need to, like, take a chill pill and just relax. Everything is gonna be fine, and then we'll find out later this year all these games is coming out. And I bet you when those games get announced during E3 or another event, whatever, everybody's going to be excited. Everybody's going to pre-order those consoles, man. So what is the purpose of just freaking out and just going crazy on Twitter over this? I have no idea, man. I bet you, Paris, people are going to be excited about Halo when it gets announced and they show actual gameplay.
Dude, and that's the thing. Like you said, it's January. When we get to June, and they fully unveil Halo Infinite, do you really think, are you going to be that dude, your arms folded, sitting there in the crowd going, well, if it would have been exclusive to the Series X, it would have looked even better than this. No one's going to say that. Everyone's going to be excited, man.
Exactly.
One other thing with the PlayStation thing, you also got to look at it from a business standpoint this way. They're bringing older games to potential customers that have clearly said, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation. Right? These are potential customers that are on the PC. So you bring a Horizon Zero Dawn to them, they play Horizon Zero Dawn. Guess what? They just made money. Sony just made money because they just got someone to buy the game. And maybe they like it so much. And again, rumor, theory, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn is on the PlayStation 5 at launch. Now all of a sudden they're like, wait, maybe I should go buy a PlayStation 5. And now they go buy a PlayStation 5 because they want to continue the story that they've started on the first Horizon Zero Dawn. Who knows? Or they continue to do this thing of games that are 2, 3, 4 years old on PlayStation. They put them on PC. And now, again, you are generating new revenue to an audience that was never going to play that game because they were never going to buy your hardware. You got to think big picture with this stuff. It's not just about protecting the piece of plastic. You got to hold on with your sword and shield, life or death. Oh my God, they can't take my games to somewhere else. It's like, dude, who cares? Really, who cares? It doesn't matter. And I'll say this as well. I understand a lot of the people that are getting upset about this are of a younger age, right? They're not an adult yet. So they don't get the whole thing. I understand that. And this isn't even at them because I'm not expecting a kid to understand all this stuff. But there's a lot of grown ass people that's doing this too. And that blows my mind. If you are an adult and you're sitting here arguing about where someone plays their games, you have lost your damn mind. Worry about paying your bills at home. Stop worrying about that. That's my opinion.
Exactly. The other day I was reading the top games of the decade. And of course, like you said, Paris, the GOAT, Call of Duty was on top, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Grand Theft Auto. But there's one game that also is available everywhere. And it's just, this is a Microsoft game, Minecraft. It's available everywhere. PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, even mobile. It's everywhere. And Microsoft is making a lot of money because of it, man, And Nintendo did a smart thing too with their games. They started releasing mobile games for the smartphone, for Android and iOS. It's a way for a company like that to promote their franchises, and if people get hooked on it, now they could go and purchase a Nintendo Switch. And actually, Nintendo Switch is the best-selling gaming console in 2019. Again, power doesn't matter. It's all about the content. It's all about the games. And I bet you a lot of those people probably that purchase these games, these mobile games through their smartphones, maybe some of them bought a Switch because of that too. It's just smart business, I think, man, overall. So what Sony's doing, I think is great, man. And honestly, I think that's the perfect game to put on the PC. The perfect game. Because it's more like a kind of like an RPG / adventure game, which there's a whole crowd that are into that stuff too in the PC that play PC games. You know, so I think that's smart, man.
Yeah.
Very, very smart. Yeah.
And then the last thing he said, he was talking about the Cyberpunk, content. Yeah. Hey, taking a little break on that one for right now. I mean, obviously, if they break any news or something out, it's relevant, I'll talk about it. But it's so funny. You guys probably can't see it behind me on the live stream, but I actually was starting to buy PC parts. So I had just got my Evo 970, hard drive, a terabyte drive. That was like the first thing I bought because I found it on sale. And then the news dropped. So like I had all these other PC parts sitting in my Amazon cart. I was about to buy them. And I was like, well, I don't need to buy them now. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the summer before I finish building my PC. But I also try and take out of that delay this positive. I felt some weird pressure to try and get some backlog games out of the way. Some game, we talked about this before, some games I wanted to play. Now I got more time to do that. That's the way I look at it. Because I'll be honest with you, of new games that are now coming out, before then, really, the only two that I care about would be Half-Life Alyx, if that doesn't get delayed, and Last of Us 2. Other than that, I'm still just waiting until September at this point. So there's a lot of backlog games that I want to check out that I'll definitely jump into. Disco Elysium is next up on my list. And then someone pointed out to me on Twitter, which is true. I don't know if you remember back in the day, Pete and I kept talking about this. We weren't getting Red Dead 2 on the console. We're like, we're going to wait to PC. Well, it's out on PC now. So maybe I pay Red Dead 2. I don't know.
And it's cheap too, right? You can just buy it for a cheaper
no,
price.
it's not. No? I looked. Still? It is full price on Steam. I was like, damn.
Rockstar's like, you're going to bite, boy.
Yeah, you're going to pay $60 for this.
I'm the captain now.
Mm-hmm. This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
All right, so we have also another brand new sponsor here for Gamertag Radio, and it's Riot Games. New year, new you, right? Well, it's also time for a change for the LCS, North America's official League of Legends Professional League. The 2020 season kicks off on January 25th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can watch this live on watch.lolesports.com. And there's never been a better time to become an LCS fan. You'll be wondering, if I've never watched, would I have any idea on what's going on? Don't worry. LCS hosts and casters will make sure you can follow all of the action. This will be an exciting start as the latest game update, Rise of the Elements, introduces permanent map and buff changes for the players to deal with. I went to the finals in the past. Pete took me, Riot invited us a couple years ago, and I had an amazing time. This was my first time watching it, and it's true. The casters are great, and they made it easy to understand what was going on. Plus, there's truly a team for anyone to root for. Maybe you want to see a classic like TSM Rise again, or join Team Liquid to see if they can secure yet another championship title, or lean into your darker desires with one of the newest teams, Evil Geniuses. So, are you ready for some League? Good, because there's even more this season to enjoy with Monday Night League joining the schedule. Catch the games Saturday at 2 p.m., Sundays at noon Pacific, and Monday Night League at 5 p.m. Pacific on watch.lolesports.com. Twitch or YouTube. Again, that's watch.lolesports.com, twitch.tv/LCS, or go to youtube.com/LOL Esports for Saturday, Sunday, Monday Night League action.
You're listening to Gamertag Radio.
Hello, Danny, Paris, and Pete. I hope you are back again for another show. It's good to see you back. I had a question for you guys. That's Paul. I'm from Seattle. My question was, now that Sony's not showing up to E3, what do you think the mic drop moment that Microsoft can do? They're going to have to really try to take full advantage of it. I was thinking their whole thing about Game Pass, it's all about subscription, just like Office. They don't want you just to buy Office. They want you to buy into Office 365. Is it possible that they could actually offer a $399, $450 Xbox Series X with a year's subscription of Game Pass just to get you locked into that ecosystem, knowing if you go in 1 year, you're going to keep going after that? I look forward to hearing your answer. I hope to hear you guys again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that voicemail. And he nailed it. If you want to make a quote unquote splash at E3 for Microsoft, if PlayStation's not there, something to just get the media buzzing and talking about your product, and bring awareness to the customer, first and foremost is that price. I mean, it needs to come in at a very reasonable, consumer friendly price. Stick a year Game Pass in there. You do that. So everyone that gets it at launch, now you're basically telling your customers, you don't have to go buy any games for it either. We're going to give you the first year of games. Here you go. Knock yourself out. You're good. Do that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
People,
huge.
I mean, you're basically saying, go buy the new Series X. We're giving you Halo. We're giving you Forza. We're giving you this whole back catalog of Xbox One games, whatever select third-party games that are going to be a part of it as well. You get all of that for the first year. Now the customer is used to that. So then when the subscription, the resub comes up a year from now, next November, 2021, screw it. Go do it. They'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? So That's what I would do. If I don't think they'll do a full year, honestly. I think they'll do like 3 months or something like that. But a full year, that would be a huge splash. Then you throw an xCloud to that as well. That'd be big for them.
Imagine 3 months of Game Pass. Automatically, you could play Halo without even buying it. Just as soon as you buy your console, you get that right away. Now, another thing, Paris, too, I would like for Microsoft to announce old franchises, man, back for the first time in years. They announce the right franchises on stage and show a trailer, even a teaser trailer. Their crowd will go nuts. So price is one, but I think the right games also will be like the mic drop moment, because Sony did that many times in the past throughout the years at their press conference, and the crowd went nuts, So now, if they do that, what would be, in your opinion, your games? Because my game will be something like maybe the Return of Perfect Dark, maybe some Fable. I think those, to me, will be my mic drop moments if they definitely announce that. So what about you? Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, you just said two of them. I mean, it'd be Fable, Perfect Dark, and then Banjo. I mean, that would be the other one I would love to see come back as like a real platformer. That'd be an amazing thing.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go with the next voicemail.
All right, here we go.
What's up, Gamertag Radio? This is Caleb, aka Chubby Wuppy from Huntington Beach, and I wanted to ask you a question regarding cross-platform gaming. Do you think that this is going to be the upcoming trend for years to come? I mean, from what we saw through Call of Duty, it seemed pretty successful between PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Who's to say they shouldn't do this in the next Call of Duty game and further on, or any other FPS game, or any game in general? Just want to know your thoughts about it. Thank you.
Thank you for that voicemail, Chubby Wubby. I know he's always in the chat, and he's been a great member of our community. My answer is, going into the next generation, if you're putting out a multiplayer game, like if you're a third party or whatever, and you're putting out a multiplayer game, I mean, crossplay is pretty much mandatory at this point, right? if you weren't doing it, people were like, why aren't you doing it? Since now PlayStation, Xbox are obviously open to it. Even Nintendo is open to it to a certain degree. So there's really no excuse to not do crossplay across all the platforms that are available to you. And even in an instance like Microsoft, they do crossplay between their own exclusive games on between PC and Xbox. So absolutely. Yeah. That to me, that's just the future. It's just a smart way to do it, which again, I will drive home the point. This is why this exclusivity and platform guarding thing is nonsense. Who cares? We're all playing together now anyways with crossplay. So why does it matter what platform you play stuff on?
Yeah, and it was Fortnite. Fortnite was the one that completely changed the game, man. You know, and then they did that. Microsoft did that with Minecraft. And honestly, have you played Call of Duty cross platform yet, Paris, or not yet?
Yes, I have. I mean, because I play on PC and I've played against people on Xbox. You know,
and it plays great.
It's fine.
It works great, and it's cool because you know our community, for example, a lot of them play games like that using their PC. And sometimes I would love to play with them online, you know. And Call of Duty comes out, and I'm playing with David, with Kix, with everybody. Dude, everybody. They're playing on their PC, and I'm on my Xbox. And we still having a great time. This is the future. Next gen, I think it's all going to be about that, man.
Yep, agreed.
So, yeah. All right, next.
Hey, guys. Eves here from Boston. And I'm just calling to say that I feel like Microsoft going into the new generation should not focus on trying to sell the most consoles, but rather focus on their own goals, like servicing the user base, focusing on Game Pass, focusing on PC users and the mobile users with the cloud services. I just feel like what sense is it to have more consoles sold if the user base is not happy? I just feel like selling more consoles does not equate to having a fun experience. So I just feel like Microsoft should just stop focusing on trying to sell more consoles. If they happen to do so, then sure, but they should just continue to focus on the user rather than making it a race. Let me know what you guys think. All right.
Again, thank you for that voicemail. And I think he's just echoing what we've already been talking about today. That's not Microsoft's strategy anymore to try and sell you hardware. Their strategy is to make you a subscriber. That's what it is. That's their business model now. And that's their business model in the other parts of Microsoft's business as well. You know, when we get into, into the corporate side of it, enterprise side. So it just makes sense. You know, They want you. They don't care where you play it, as long as you're playing their stuff and you're giving them $10 or $15 a month. That's what they care about.
Yep. And I can give you a perfect example that a way that Microsoft is really trying to push Game Pass even more. If you're watching football, you see commercials of, like, let's say a game like Gears of War, and it won't say go buy it in the stores. It'll go subscribe to Game Pass. Even this one, when you go to Times Square in New York City, which if you go to Times Square, all those billboards that you see all around Times Square, it's not cheap to advertise there, man. Microsoft was advertising Game Pass. So that's the future. They're really pushing that more, man. A lot more in this generation. But we're going to see that 10 times 10 for next gen. Watch. We're definitely going to see a lot of that
100%.
push. Yeah. All right. Next one.
You're really pushy today.
Hey, I'm the captain now.
Hello there, Gamer Tag Radio. This is Raymond. I've been a long time listener, first time caller. I have a question about a game, The Witcher 3. I had it before on the Xbox as like the game, the complete edition. Before I got rid of it, I beat it and got everything, like leveled up. And now I downloaded from the Game Pass. And for some reason, I can't upload my save files on the Game Pass version. So I was curious, is there a way I could recover my save data? Because I can't find it nowhere. And I thought it would be like in the save cloud or something if I'm like an Xbox Live member or something like that. So I was asking a question about that. What is y'all input on this? Just let me know. Thanks.
All right, Captain, you got this one because I've never played The Witcher on Xbox, so I don't know.
So it all depends how you erase your game through the console. If you put like erase everything, then even the cloud version is gonna get erased. See, like with me, every time I play a game and I'm trying to make space for my console, like the hard drive, like sometimes gets full with all these games, right? I'll delete it, but I'll always will have my stuff saved there. So when I re-download again in the future, everything from the cloud is already there. Now, if I was you, contact Xbox support because we're not Xbox support radio. You know what I'm saying? I think you should contact them to see if there's a way for you to re-download that, you know? So I haven't had an issue because I removed it from my console and I re-downloaded again The Witcher, and everything is still saved there, man, you know? So, but I know the difference between the retail version and also the version that's out now for Game Pass. Yes, you get the full game, but you won't get the expansion. I know that you have to buy that separately because I know Paris was someone that told me that I didn't know. I thought it was like the whole complete edition you would get, and I was wrong. So, but yeah, just contact Xbox support, man. That's the best advice I'll tell you.
Yeah, that would probably be the best guess. But yeah, like you're saying, for anyone that's playing Witcher 3 on Game Pass right now, anyways, I saw CDPR talking about this a couple weeks ago that, it's just the base game. It's not Hearts of Stone or Blood and Wine. So you will have to buy those separately, which again, smart move. You put Witcher on Game Pass, so you give them the base game. They love it. Oh, hey, give us $10. We'll give you the rest. You know what I'm saying? So now even CDPRs get wet in their beak a little bit. They're getting a little extra flow in there. And Microsoft obviously gets more exposure because they get more people on Game Pass because you have a premier game like third-party game like this as a part of your subscription service. Everybody wins in that scenario, in my opinion.
And also, I have to bring this up because a lot of people think just because a game is available on Game Pass that the companies are not making money. They're making money. Trust me, because I think by the contract, Microsoft had to give a portion per download. So every time there's a download of that game, Microsoft had to pay the third party for that. You know, so don't think just because it's available on Game Pass that it's free and they're not making money. Trust me, they're making money. All these companies are making money some way, somehow through the service. So I know I was seeing a conversation online, and I think it was so Obsidian was online. I think it was PR or one of the developers that were going back and forth with a fan, and they asked, "Man, I feel bad. I have it on Xbox. Should I buy it at the store to support you guys?" And the thing that they said, they're like, "No, you could get it through Game Pass. We'll be fine. It's a good thing. Do whatever you want, no matter what. You could buy it or download it from Game Pass." You know, so. All right. Anything else?
That's it for the voicemails. Only reason I didn't play the Keon one was because it kind of was just repeating what we're already talking about. And look, he is our most played voicemail person anyway. So it's good to hear other voices. So again, thank you for everyone that's sending us feedback. And like you said, Danny, I know you said you got more that we'll play out over the next couple of weeks anyways, but keep leaving us feedback. We really appreciate it. And, we love to have these conversations, and we love to hear what people out there listening is thinking, because what do I know? I don't know nothing. I'm just angry, always ranting about something
all the time.
Allegedly.
Yeah, man. Just just want to say thanks to everybody. I've been sending messages, man. Super easy. Just make sure to send the feedback, and we'll play on a future episode of GTR, man. So, all right. So this week I'm going to the New York Game Awards. So if anybody is live around here and they're planning to go, or live around the area outside of New York City, or plan also to attend, please let me know. I'm going to be there. It's happening Tuesday night. So this is going to be my first gaming award show. Paris went to the Game Awards in LA, so this is going to be my first one over here, the East Coast, man. So I'm excited. Reggie's going to be there. A lot of game developers are going to be there too from around the world. They're attending. So I'm very excited about that. Also, Thursday, I'm going to be on Cheddar Esports. We're still trying to figure out the topic that we're going to talk about during the show. So make sure to tune in. And that's about it from my end. Paris, is there anything from your end coming up this week?
I would selfishly tell people go check out my YouTube channel. I actually put a couple videos up here over the weekend for GeForce Now for the beta. NVIDIA was kind enough to send me a brand new NVIDIA Shield, the 2019 version, so I could test out GeForce Now on that, because my old Shield, for some reason, was not detecting the controller. Like, it would detect the controller when I was in the UI, but the second I would launch a game, the controller would just stop working. And we were talking about this when I was at CES, and they sent me over NVIDIA Shield and like worked right away when I did that. So clearly it was my old Shield was the problem. But put up a couple of videos of me just playing, showing how to use your Steam library via GeForce Now and your Uplay library as well. I played like the Division 2 and I did like Portal 2 as an example. So go on my YouTube channel, you can check that out and see that. And I'm going to say this, and I want to say this on the podcast and not on the after show. This is why I'm so hard on Google Stadia, because their business model is not the way. When you look at what NVIDIA is doing, they're basically saying, hey, we're going to provide the service to you. Use the games you already own on Uplay or Steam. You know, if you want to buy a game, you can buy a game, but you can already use the games that you own via our service. And it's very similar to what Microsoft is going to do with xCloud. They're saying you own the games, play it on your Xbox, PC, wherever. But here, we're also giving you this cloud service as well. If you're on the go, if you want an alternative way to be able to play it via cloud streaming, and that works. Where Stadia is saying, we're our own platform. All the games that you enjoy already, buy them all again. And the only way you can interact with them is via cloud streaming, which may or may not work depending on where you live in the world. It's a failed business model. They have to change it. They absolutely have to change it. I know people, I have different people that come at me and say like, you're always so mean to Stadia. And it's not, if you go back to 2013, this is why I was so harsh with Microsoft, because I'm looking at what they were doing. I go, this is not the right way. You got to change it. And here we are, 2020. They've completely changed their business model now. Microsoft is not doing the traditional console business model anymore. They're doing something different and unique, which let's see how it plays out. What Stadia is doing is they're trying to do the old business model, and that doesn't work in a cloud streaming thing, which is not 100% reliable. You got to change it. They got to partner with someone to give me some way to take the games that I buy on Stadia and have an alternative way to play them. Until they do that, I will never invest in Stadia. I look directly in the camera and I say, I will never buy a game on Stadia in the current model. And I guarantee you the majority of people won't either. And that business model will fail if they don't change it. 100% is going to fail. So there you go. There's my Stadia rant for the week.
Yeah, and he'll say, and I'm Paris, and I approve this message. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to a Gamertag Radio episode 994. Guess what? We only have 6 episodes left now for our 1,000 episode. So mark this date, February 10th, 2020. February 10th, 2020. That's when our 1,000 episode comes out. So we'll see what happens from now to then, because I have no idea. No idea. And that's it, man. Thank you for listening. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.